So that'll back him up 5. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive? Sometimes
it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
58 to Mike. I'm not ready. Check 43. Switch. Right left. Move 15. 58 to Mike, 58. Hustle.
On second down now, Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch twist. No. Off.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's got Burton here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
First down, a run with Cohen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to... the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, and the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing on second down. Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made by Delano Hill.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 29, Trubisky flush to his right. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After the sack on 1st down, Trubisky, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And Tavecchio pulls it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
you
down.
Don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Hey, exit.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now it's Lockett. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 28-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 36.
They run. This is Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And finding the tight end, Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On first down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Go. 58 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Check. Fresno. 12. Fresno. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Finding some room at midfield. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check the backer, check the backer. Kill.
They run the counter. Swift. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Focus, defense, focus.
On third down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On first down, Swift, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Check 24, check 24.
Got it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Joker.
Party.
58's the mic. Well, 58's the mic. Don't let him breathe.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, 0.
You're all mine, baby. You're all mine. Check 50.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
What? Move 15.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. All day, pump. Kill. Watch the twist.
Right.
From From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike, 58, right there.
All go special. All go special.
But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going. Mike, 55. Mike.
Now it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed picks up his second sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
49 to Mike. Watch 49.
Trubisky will throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
At the 43-yard line.
Fight, 3-15.
You want this. Slam. Hey.
Alert.
On first down, Swift. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Buster Screen is able to bring him down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 39, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And the Seahawks on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson. Able to locate Wilson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Letting one go deep for the ends. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flushed out right. Going deep this time for Mel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Delano Hill. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the field.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack. Able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Friday.
Hey, turn it up. Kill. Hey, alert 3.
Good guys, 4 down.
See, we got motion. Back up.
Zebra.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, it's Cohen. He's got daylight. The 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, 18. Recon, 132 fighter. Switch. Alert.
Here's Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
At the 32-yard line.
Hey. You got three. 3 down.
So the victory here for Seattle. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.